If you want to schedule a Zoom meeting so that you can send a Zoom invitation via email, then here's how to do it. I'm on an Apple Mac and I go into Finder and into Applications and then search for the Zoom application, zoom.us. Now, if you are on Windows, you can do this in Windows Explorer. If you don't have the Zoom app, or if you're not sure, then go to zoom.us through Google and you can download the app for free. And the options here are simply to start a meeting straight away. We're not going to do that. To join somebody else's meeting, just to share my screen if I want to do that, or else schedule. Let's go straight to schedule here. We're going to type in the topic of the meeting. We'll set a date and time. Now, as I'm on the free plan, the Zoom Basic plan, I've got a 40-minute limit if there are more than 2 people in the meeting. I can set the time zone. I'm going to set this to my local time zone here. And I can make this a recurring meeting if I want it to happen every week, for example. I can set myself a meeting ID. I can just use my standard personal meeting ID, or else I can generate one automatically. I'm going to put in a passcode here, and that way they'll either have to type in the meeting ID and the passcode, or else they can just use the link, and that way they won't need to use that passcode. I'm going to set the meeting to have a waiting room, which means that when people join the meeting, they can't go right into the meeting until I, as the host, let them in, admit them from the waiting room, admit them into the meeting. And I could lock it in so that only authenticated users, people who've got a Zoom account, even a free Zoom account, can join the meeting. I'll set it that my video will automatically go on when I join the meeting, and I can do that for participants, or I could leave them with their video off when they first join the meeting. And if I've got people dialing in, if I know which countries are more likely to be dialing in, then I can make it easy for them by including those countries' phone numbers here to save people looking it up. Those country numbers will be in the invitation itself. I want this to turn up in the right calendar. In this case, it's going to be my Google Calendar. And then I've got to give permission for Zoom to access my Google Calendar. A few other options here. I'm going to allow participants to join anytime, so I don't mind if they're a little bit late for the meeting. That's totally okay. I can set them to mute when they first join the meeting, so that once they join, then they've got to unmute themselves, especially if they are maybe traveling or have some background noise that is going to create a problem as they join the meeting. I could set it to automatically record the meeting. Now, when we do that, every time when we record a meeting, people get a message as they join the meeting, this meeting is being recorded. And I could block entries from specific countries. So there we are, that's scheduling the meeting, and that's going to add it to my Google Calendar, and that's it. I'll click Save. Now when the meeting date and time come up, they will turn up in my calendar, and I may have a calendar reminder set, and I can click on there and start the meeting just by clicking on here. But I can also see upcoming meetings if I go into the Zoom app and click on Meetings here. And there is my meeting invitation. I could edit that to add an agenda or some more details to the meeting invitation, or I can just start the meeting. If I click on Start, log into Zoom, and there we are. Join with computer audio, and that will start the meeting. Now you might have some other questions about Zoom and video meetings, so you'll find answers to a lot of those questions on my channel. How to change your profile picture, how to mute yourself, or even how to record a meeting and where to find your Zoom recordings.